What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich here to talk some NBA prop plays over on PrizePicks for Friday, March the 10th. We're kind of going back to the slate we looked at just on Wednesday, but with a couple of changes because Trae Young, I don't know if I can quit Trae Young. The data was there and the results weren't. But we'll get into that in a second. Let's dive into the intro right now. For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props, no look any further. You know what time it is, presented by PrizePicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man.
All right, so we start off the bat with Clint Capella at the top of the list. I mean, there's a bunch of Capella props look good today. We already talked about the points, which was highlighted by our main account on Twitter. So if you saw that play, already a good one, minus 120 on DK. What else is minus 120 is the points and assists. Slightly better play in terms of standard deviation and the play itself. Slightly higher edge. Both are great plays. I mean, how many assists can we really count on Capella getting? Not a lot, but he's probably going to get there with points either way. And if he gets a couple of assists to help us out, we're not going to shy away from that either. Both numbers are fine. Both at the same price. Both, are close. The assists slightly favor Capella to go over, but nothing crazy. Both are good plays. If you want to go the points and rebounds as well, minus 145 to the over on DK right now. So the bookmakers are heavily in on Capella going over the points and rebounds at 21.5. That line may move for you by the time you see this video, but just wanted to throw that out there so you did see it in case it was available. The other one I do really like is Joel Embiid over his points at 32.5. It's very high, but we talked about this with Al Horford, who I believe put up 20 points on Portland just a few days ago. They're just awful against centers, and Joel is going to take advantage of that. Maybe you want to play it in the first half because he's probably going to score 20 in the first half, and they could blow out Portland, but it could also be a close game. You never know. If Dame shows up and really scores a ton of points, it could be a close one. But yeah, Joel should dominate inside, so the matchup alone looks really good. I mean, he's been averaging right around 34 a game. Based off the matchup, he should score somewhere around 40 if he gets his normal workload. I mean, I don't expect him to score 40, but it should be a big game coming for Joel Embiid because the Portland Trailblazers are dead last in points allowed to centers at 27.4 per game. So that's quite a bit for any center. And Joel Embiid is obviously one of the best in the NBA. Then talking about Kyle Kuzma over his points at 21.5. Looks pretty solid. I mean, he's been scoring right around 24. 100 possession has him around 23. So it's a pretty good spot for him. Not a ton of edge, but 21.5 is a little light, and the bookmakers tend to agree with a minus 135 to the over. And if you are feeling risky, Trae Young, 9.5 again. Now, this time it's not as much juice to the under because he did just hit this number, but I have him projected for 9 again, and I think he's going to go under. I do. Like, the data was there. I showed it to you guys in the last video. Not saying you have to take it, but he was that close. He had a very efficient game. He played well. Power to Trae Young. Like Trae Young, he gets a ton of assists. But Washington is still one of the best teams at defending and stopping assists from opposing point guards. DeJounte Murray, I believe, had 6 in that game as well. So again, if everything goes right, and we are betting on the Capella over, so I think that plays into it as well. Capella obviously is a huge beneficiary from Trae Young getting him the ball. So if you're taking the Capella over, maybe you don't take the Trae under, but I still think it's a pretty good play. The data still supports it. It's still one of the highest under plays on my board because he hasn't been getting a ton of assists and the matchup isn't great either. He hit the number, doesn't mean he's going to do it in back-to-back games, but if you do want to take it, it is still a pretty good play, but I do like Capella, Joel, and Kuzma better, so those would be where I would start, and of course, we have a bit of a same-game parlay here with Capella and Kuz and Trae Young, but got to get Joel in there because the matchup is just so good, but I would be probably rolling with Capella's points alone, minus 120, 11.5, take the over there, take the over on Joel's points, and then take the over on Kuzma's points. All three look very good to me, and if you want to gamble a little bit, Trae Young under his assists at 9.5 is available for you as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop me a like and subscribe for future content. And as always, if you tail, give PrizePicks hell, and if we fail, do not bail. I'll be back maybe over the weekend. If not, I'll be back on Monday with more NBA picks and bets. Good luck tonight, and I'm out. Peace.